In this episode, it's back to work on the ashtray gauge pod on Project Low Fairmont, and time for a little garage update. Welcome to the channel. My name's Grant Tommy. This is Straight 6V, and where I like to focus on offbeat hot rodding, which I define as budget-minded, relatable, creative builds. And so today we are back on Project Low Fairmont, and gotta be honest, it is somewhere in the department of, it is right on the dot, 4 o'clock. So I usually try to get out to the garage by 1 o'clock on Sundays. So a little behind schedule, and that's because I've been installing under cabinet LED lights for my wife. And so anyway, not as didn't get as good of a start as I wanted, but so I don't know how much work I'm going to get done today to be able to get this video uploaded by 8:30. But before I blab on, let me just bring you up to speed with where exactly I am at on the gauge pod, the ashtray gauge pod. So I hope you enjoyed that quick update of all the work I did over the past weeks. I can't even tell you how long ago some of that footage is. I'm pretty sure it dates back to before Christmas. I don't know if this made it in there or not, but this is a template, the last template I made. I do believe there's some lines scribed on here. I think I need to modify that more, but before I get to that, what I'm doing right now is mapping out, because these are mechanical gauges, I've been slowly unwinding, this one's the water temp gauge, to try to figure out how much room I have to play with, so it'll help me understand where I need to penetrate the firewall. Now originally when I was looking at it on the passenger side, it didn't look like there was really a good spot with the heater box to penetrate through, but now seeing what I'm limited to here, I don't think I can get to my ashtray from my thermostat housing and then through the driver's side of the firewall. So I'm going to do some deeper digging on the passenger side and see if I can find a spot where I can get this. Now the oil pressure gauge, the oil pressure sending unit is on the driver's side, and so I think I will be okay to go through the driver's side, but that also might tell me I might swap sides. Just mocking it up, I always had the water temp closer to the driver's seat than the oil pressure gauge, but I might be swapping positions there because that'll make some sense. But anyway, I'm going to get back to trying to figure out the proper route for these, because as soon as I do that, that'll give me the go-ahead to, of course, drill holes in the firewall should I need to, but also just wrap up the project in the sense that I want to, when I install this thing, it's kind of all going to be one unit that I slide into the ashtray, and then I'll feed these ends as they need be. Okay, things are really tight here. The door's hitting the Rat Rod radio flyer, but before I get too much further on in this episode, I did want to say, stick around to the end. I do have a shop update to give you guys, so if you're interested about what that is, stick around to the end of the episode and I'll tell you what that's about. But under the dash on the passenger side, I did find a location underneath what I believe to be like a outside fresh air vent or something that I think I can penetrate right below it, and I do believe I'll have enough length then for the water temp gauge to get to the thermostat housing, and then over to the ashtray. Okay, so luckily the of the few hole saws I do have, 3/4 of an inch is what I needed, and I like to have enough slack to be able to tuck this under the carpet as well to get back there. So excited about that. This is good. So I've got the water temp in a good spot. I really am not as worried as much with the oil pressure gauge because that tube's pretty long, but yeah, eventually I'll probably do a similar routing test fit, but I'm curious to know from you guys, where's a good place to pick up grommets? I need a 3/4 inch grommet. I don't know, hardware store, auto parts store, maybe someone's got one laying around. That'd be awesome, so I don't nickel and dime Project Low Fairmont, but let me know in the comments below, and that would help out. Okay, so I got the side panel in. I still have to cut a template for the reverse side. I don't know if the same template's going to work on the passenger side, but pretty happy with it. Now, I did say, or a couple weeks ago, if you've been following on Instagram, I did do some stain samples of the walnut veneer. Problem was, I believe I switched my two stains to where when I put the first coat on of one, which was, I had dark walnut and Bombay mahogany as my two stains. I believe I reversed which was which on the second coat, so the sample wound up being nearly identical. So I'm going to redo those to try to figure out which one matches my dash accents best. I'm going to shut it down for the night. It's only 5:45. You know, I started at 4, as I said, but while I'm not a huge NFL fan, the Kansas City Chiefs are playing in the AFC Championship, and I do think I'll probably enjoy watching that, even though I'm not even that big of a Chiefs fan. I'm just... Now, if I miss some of it because I'm editing the video, that's really not going to bother me, but by and large, I'll probably want to watch at least the end of it, so I'm going to start picking up, but before we do that, I got a couple of loose ends to tie up, including that shop update. Alright, one last thing before this shop update I wanted to tell you guys about, and that was I sold those GT40 heads that I had bought a long time ago for Project Low Fairmont, probably September of 2018. And so I want to give you a budget update because I wound up selling them on Facebook Marketplace for $10 less than I bought them for, and since I don't ever update the budget until I literally install the specific product, this is a little different. So as a budget update, we started the episode at $1,681.35, which now takes us down to $1,671.35. So now onto that shop update. So as you notice, there's some weird funky shadows going on because I'm using my shop light to help pump some light into the space. I'm also using this ladder because earlier today I mapped out on the ceiling spots for some new lights. Yes, that's right. You may have remembered that from my Happy Tuesday year goals for my YouTube channel of 2019. So my father-in-law and his brother are coming tomorrow to install those for me. I'll show you those lights here real quick. Really, it's more of my my wife's uncle. That's the electrician. It's just her dad is retired and willing to lend a helping hand since my wife will be home for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's going to work out great. Now, while so electricity and I always am just kind of nervous about it. And while actually this would have been a great project to for me to learn some stuff, I've been really swamped at work lately, and so actually there's some sort of peace of mind about this, or something that's going to be really nice. Just kind of knowing I'm going to come home tomorrow and I'm going to have new lights in here. So that's pretty awesome. As for what lights I ended up going with, they are a 3-foot linear fixture I bought at Home Depot today, LEDs. And so I've got my lighting configuration laid out for them. Like I said, I put tape on the ceiling so I know exactly where I want it. But really, that's it. That's all I got. Hopefully that'll help the quality of the videos better. I'll have better light quality out here. But that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, like, subscribe, comment, or share. I don't really care which one you do. Just do one of them. Another reminder, of course, a straight 6-band Pistons tee, link to my Spreadshirt store below. That'll do it for this episode. And until next time, peace out.